Hi, Indonesia. This is Justus Bennetts. Check out my interview with CreativeDisc.com, the number one music website in Indonesia.
Hello, city lovers. Adina Yona is here with another Creative Disc exclusive interview. And today I'm about to introduce you with a brand new musician from United States. His song already peaked on more than 250 charts all around the world. Wow. And recently he released new single Cool Kids. So let's have a chat with Justus Bennett. Hello, Justus. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. Where are you right now? And what are you doing recently?
Right now I'm sitting in my bedroom in North Carolina, and
Oh,
uh, and recently I've been just working on music, figuring
mm,
things out. I've been planning
mm.
to move over to LA here soon. I've been doing a lot of traveling and stuff, so
Wow.
it's been kind of crazy,
So
crazy
how's
past
how's the
past month or
plan?
so.
How's the plan to moving to Los Angeles? How's the plan so far?
It's going good. We're just working on a few minor details, but I'm excited to get over there and start working with everybody.
Yeah. I love the setup that you had going on there because you had the mic, you had the headphone. Is that the general setup that you set up on your bathroom?
Yeah. This is what I used for to record vocals in my room,
I see.
and I use it to do Zoom interviews and Zoom
Mhm.
sessions and stuff
That
like that. So it makes my life a lot easier.
that's a cool setup, man. I thought that you were a streamer also because there are so many Twitch streamer that use that kind of setup, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So just as this past 2 years, I know that we are in the middle of the pandemic situations, right? And how do you cope with those pandemic situations and still what is it like hanging around that situation?
Yeah, so the pandemic was something that happened that really brought me out of my box a little bit.
Yep.
It was something that pushed me to, drop out of college. I was going to college, I was going to school, and once everything got switched to online, like I wasn't trying to do online classes. It's just not how I like to learn.
Right.
So I just,
So hard, right?
dro-
It's so hard.
yeah, it is. It's way more difficult, and I
Right.
just didn't see any benefit of me spending all the money to do something that I knew I just didn't want to do and
Right.
wasn't going to succeed in doing. So I, dropped out of college, and I started working and stuff, and
Hmm.
and I started working really hard, and I started a studio,
Mhm.
and things just I started doing what I wanted to do and stopped caring more so about what other people wanted from
Right.
me, and it really helped me.
Right. And the decisions pays off, right? Because you right now spending time with the media from all across the world speaking about
Hmm.
your musics, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Who'd have
been
thought?
crazy meeting everybody.
Okay, so before we talk about your music, Justice, let's talk about how do you join the music in the first place and why music?
So it was really I enjoyed listening to music throughout my whole life before I even started writing music. I started writing music about 7 years ago when I moved to North Carolina from Seattle,
Mhm,
and it was just I chose music because it was something I was always passionate about, something I always wanted to do.
mhm,
No matter what I was doing, I was always down to write a song.
mhm.
And so once it became something more, and I was able to I was confident enough in myself to build myself as an artist, then I really started pushing myself and
Mhm.
doing it. And that was around the time the coronavirus and stuff happened,
Right,
that
right.
really got into my head that I needed to be focusing on what I was truly passionate about.
Mhm. Ooh, okay, cool. So recently your song but they like become a viral song on many charts and even TikTok, right? What do you think about that though? I mean, it's quite like what is it like experience that none of us have haven't and thought before. So what do you
Mhm.
think about that song become massive like this?
Yeah, it's like it's something that's hard for me to wrap my head around. I don't
Right.
truly understand how many people, how many people it is that listen to my music, and I don't like because I don't like, go on tours. I haven't really done any shows
Right.
to actually see everybody, there personally singing
Yeah.
my songs. So, it's something that's hard to wrap my head around when everything's just happening so crazy fast.
Hmm.
But it's something that I'm really grateful for, and that it's really has really changed my life and changed my perspective on
Right.
just about everything.
Yes, because I know that these past few years, TikTok it's kind of like an app who decided what song is going to be a viral song, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about this changing in the music industry where musician can become viral through TikTok or whatever compared to a couple of years back where we need to join a label and then push the promotion? What do you think about this?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it just goes to show that how quickly things can change and how things are evolving,
Yes.
because the record labels and stuff has always been something that people have been trying to, separate themselves from and become more
Yeah.
independent artists, because
Yeah.
all the record labels are just, scams. They're trying to get people's money, and although they know the way to do that, they know the way to break an artist, and they
True.
have all the tools they need to do that.
True.
Being an independent artist is something that, has become more and more accessible as, TikTok grows and as the music industry grows.
Mhm.
And so something like this has really allowed people to do that and break away from the whole record
Yeah.
labels.
Yeah, so when you wrote a song, Justice, I mean, where do you draw into? Your experiences or just people around you that told their stories?
Yeah, so I draw basically all the inspiration for my songs off of experiences that I've had in life, that I've had to
Yeah,
experience or deal with in the past,
yeah.
and things that I'm going through now, or small things that I experience throughout my day.
Hmm. I see. So you are, if I'm not mistaken, you are 21 years old right now, right?
Yeah.
You're such a young musician when it comes to an age, right? So
Hmm.
what is the thing? What is the challenge that you face when it comes to music? I mean, do you face like any? What is it like when people not giving you a full time? I mean like full time perspective or something like that. What is the challenge that you face though?
The challenges I face as like an artist, or as
Yes, as a
yeah,
musician
as a
right
musician.
now.
So I feel like the main thing that gets in my way is myself a lot of the times, just because I do have anxiety, and it does create doubt in my head, and
Yeah.
just like and putting out music brings in room for people to talk down on me and talk down on my music, and people that don't necessarily agree. And so those are all challenges I face, and just like what other people have to think about what I'm doing,
Yeah.
is may not seem like a super big challenge to the outsider or to me, but like it does have effect on me, and it does affect me in a way. But
Mm,
I'm always looking on the bright side of things, and I'm always pushing through, and I do have like true faith in myself, and I do believe in myself. So
right.
that's what really helps me.
Right. Believe in yourself is the key to like conquer them all, right?
Is it, it
That
is it is
that's
it
a
really
great
is.
quote, dude. I mean, I never thought that a musician like there are a lot of things that they will face in their musical career, right? I mean, by
Hmm.
being yourself, by showing what the anxiety that you face, by the challenging that you face, it's kind of like weird enough to be connected to the listeners, I must say. Is that what you feel also?
Yeah, yeah, I feel like we definitely, we have to connect with the listeners in a way as
Mhm.
artists, and we have to, relate experiences and show them. And like our job is to show everybody that they're not alone. Like they're not sitting in their room thinking about these things, only dealing
Yes.
with them, and they don't have anybody to share them with. Like we're
Right.
we're the people that, tell them that everything's gonna be okay, that you're not the
Yeah.
only one, facing these problems.
Yeah. So true. So, last week, if I'm not mistaken, you released your next single, "Cool Kids," right?
Hmm.
It's a great song also, compared to Bad Day. I love that song as well. And here's the thing that I learned after stalking to your Instagram. This song, your music video, you pay a homage for Ferris Bueller's. Any reason to that? I mean, do you also love watching old movie like Ferris Bueller's or something?
So I had actually watched Ferris Bueller for the first time like right before we dropped that song. Like when we filmed the TikTok for it, like that weekend I filmed the TikTok for it.
Mm,
Like I had watched the movie for the first time. I had always heard about the movie, but I had never sat down and actually watched the full movie.
right.
And it was a great movie. And when I saw the movie, I was like, oh my god, like this would be a great like. There's just so many iconic shots in the movie that would
Oh.
make it like such a good music video that anybody could watch it and be like, where have I seen this before? Just like
Mm,
give off that feeling. And so
mm,
it was just something that the whole rebellious feeling of a Ferris Bueller,
right,
mixing with the cool kids is what really
right,
brought that
right.
together.
Do you consider yourself as a cool kid though?
I find myself pretty cool. What other people have to say about it, is their business. But the cool kid, the perspective is basically just like all the ignorant people, all the people that think they're too cool,
Mm,
to you know hang out with somebody or talk to somebody because they don't necessarily have the same ideals
mm,
that they do. So.
okay, so let's talk more about this Ferris Bueller's and then watching you right now. On the background, you what is like there's a Netflix slideshow going on.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. This is a random question though because it's come a pop up to my mind right now. What is the movie that you love so much from then until now that you can never forget?
Like my favorite movie that I'll never forget.
Hmm.
Pro-
Yeah.
it probably this movie called Hot Rod with
Ooh.
I forget
Okay.
I forget who it is. Andy Samberg. Andy
And
Samberg plays
yeah,
Hot
yeah.
Rod.
Hot Rod.
And it's a great movie, and it's a movie from my childhood that I remember watching with my dad a lot. And
Oh, okay.
but yeah, that's a movie I'll never forget. I love that movie so much.
Okay. So another question about the movie though. What is the recent movie or series from Netflix that you watched?
Right now, I'm watching Lost in Space, which is a really good Netflix show. My
Okay.
favorite Netflix show probably have to be Dexter, which I watch.
Yes.
There's like eight seasons or something, but and they just came out a
Mm.
new season. But Dexter is amazing, amazing show.
Okay. Cool. That is a nice recommendation of film and series. I also watched Dexter and I love that show so much because I do love that kind of like thriller theme going on. So
Yeah.
I do love thriller movie as well. So just as for the cool kids though, where do you take the inspiration from? Do you happen to be like surrounded by cool kids that pretend? I don't know. What is the
Yeah,
story
yeah.
behind the cool kid?
I live in a really small town in the high school I went to. It was a really small high school, and even before I moved to North Carolina, I lived in a small town before this, and it was even smaller town where like everybody knew everybody. You knew
Right,
everybody's name,
right,
and so it was kind of like seeing that. Like I didn't go to high school back in Washington, but my sister was in high school, and I knew a lot of people that were in high school there, and it was a lot of the same thing, a lot of similarities, a lot of people that were too ignorant and thought they were too cool for school or whatever.
right.
And now, I mean, that was like the only good time they had in life because they didn't have to worry about anything because they were living with their parents. But now that they're out in the real world, the attitude that they had in high school, they bring it with them, and it just doesn't work out for them, and
Right.
they end up having their best years in high school, and then it's all
Yeah,
downhill from there.
yeah. That's why you say it on the song that cool kids speak in the high school. Just
Yeah,
on high school only, but you're not gonna get drag them to like college year or just like working year, right?
yeah, yeah. No.
Okay, just as we are cutting down to this last two question of mine. So this question, the first question is the question that I ask most of the musicians that I've interviewed. I want to see what their perspective of this question. So from your point of view, Justice Bennetts, what is music?
What is music?
Yep. What is music for?
Music is is pure expression.
Ooh,
Music is just like a pure expression to get people to, not feel alone, not feel like they're the only person dealing with these things.
yeah,
But pure expression would be probably
yeah.
the best definition.
Pure expression. Wow,
Yeah.
that's a great description of music. Thank you so much. So, last question: is there any message to your Indonesian fans who happen to know you through like TikTok or listening to your music through Spotify?
Any messages? Any messages there?
Yes.
Uh, EP's coming out in 2022. Tours coming out 2022 as well. I'll be seeing everybody's beautiful faces very soon.
Yes. Yes. Ooh, I can't wait to hear more Justice Bennett's EP. I mean, is there, can you give us a hint to when the EP is coming out? I mean, do you allow to do
Probably,
that?
yeah, probably around. I'm aiming for February.
Yes. Ooh, that's
Yeah, so
weird.
yeah,
That,
so pretty very soon, few months.
wow. Wow, I can't wait, man, to hear your latest EP. Is that Bad Day and Cool Kids, is that gonna be on the EP or
Yeah, Bad Day and Cool Kids will be on it, and it'll be
okay.
probably like hopefully like 9 new songs.
Wow! Yes!
Yeah,
I can't wait for that. So, Justice, thank you so much for spending time with me. It's been a great pleasure to talk to you through the screen, and I hope someday that we can meet in Indonesia. You're doing a festival here, and we'll get hanging around.
for sure, for sure. Thank you for having me so much. It's been awesome.